Hare Krishna Guru. So we'll start with some kirtan. Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Utho Jiva Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravesha Nidrachari Utho Jiva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva Narsimha Vamana Shri Madhusudhana Brajendra Nandana Shama Narsimha Vamana Shri Madhusudhana Brajendra Nandana Shama Putana Ghatana Kaitabasatana Jaya Dasharati Rama Utana Ghatana Kaitabasatana Jaya Dasharati Rama Yashoda Dolala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Purandhara Yashoda Dolala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Purandhara Gopi Priya Jana Radhika Ramana Bhuvana Sundara Bara Gopi Priya Jana Radhika Ramana Bhuvana Sundara Bara Ravana Takara Makana Taskara Gopi Jana Bhatrahari Ravana Takara Makana Taskara Gopi Jana Bhatrahari Rajera Rakhala Gopa Vrindapala Chittahari Bhamsi Dhari Rajera Rakhala Gopa Vrindapala Chittahari Bhamsi Dhari Yogendra Vandana Sri Nandananda Yogindra Bandhana Shri Nandanandana Braja Jana Bhayari Yogindra Bandhana Shri Nandanandana Braja Jana Bhayari Navina Nirada Rupa Manohara Mohana Vamsi Vihari Navina Nirada Rupa Manohara Mohana Vamsi Vihari Yashodanandana Kamsani Sudhana निकुंज रास विलासी यशोदानंदन कंसनिपूजन निकुंज रास विलासी कदम्ब कानन रसपरायण वृंदावी विपिन निवासी कदम्ब कानन रसपरायण वृंदावी विपिन निवासी आनंदवर्धन प्रेम निकेतन कुलशरा जोजक कामा आनंदवर्धन प्रेम निकेतन कुलशरा जोजक कामा गोपागणाघन चित्ता विनोदन समस्त गुणगण धामा गोपागणाघन चित्ता विनोदन समस्त गुणगण धामा जमुन जीवन केली परायण मानस चंद्र चकोरा के जमुन जीवन केली परायण मानस चंद्र चकोरा नाम सुधारस गाओ कृष्णा जस राखो वचन मन मोरा नाम काम सुधारस गाओ कृष्णा जस राखो वचन मन मोरा विभवरी शेषा आलोक प्रवेश निद्राचारी उठो जीवा विभवरी शेषा आलोक प्रवेश निद्राचारी उठो जीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्णाय देवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्णाय देवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्णाय ग्रीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्णाय ग्रीवा नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Sima Gusudana, Gopal Govinda Ram Sima Gusudana, Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana, Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana, Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita, Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita, Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita, Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita, Shri Rup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha, Shri Rup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha, Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha, Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama Hare Hare, Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra, Jayo Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tume, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tume, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaurahari, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaurahari, Jaya Satinandana, Jai Satinandana, Gaurahari, Jai Satinandana, Jai Satinandana, Gaurahari, पतिता पवाना पतिता पवाना पतिता पवाना गौर हरि पतिता पवाना पतिता पवाना पतिता पवाना गौर हरि नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय। श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्री दिवान देव एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखां वित्तां। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपः कुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। दुःखं करोति वाचालं संगम यत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरम्। ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सभ्याभ्यन्तरं शुचिम्। श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna to everybody who have come today to the session. Actually, today my mind is in different place, my speech is in different place. Uh, I'm totally overwhelmed and concerned about Vishnu Priya Kaf, who is battling for life, and my mind is completely there. You know, even though when I'm singing, I'm forgetting some mantras in between. I'm forgetting what I'm doing. So please forgive me for my um, for not being able to deliver properly today. So, but I request everybody to spend the next few seconds praying 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra for the safety of the little goddess who has appeared among us as Vishnu Priya, the calf. So let's sing 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. As much as we think that things are in our control, we eventually realize that actually nothing is in our control. We are completely dependent upon the mercy of Supreme Lord. And whatever His desire is, whatever His will is, it is for our good. It is for everybody's good. So, with that said, we can start today's session. Um, any questions from anybody from the previous session? Who am I that we did first part? Before I go into the future slides, do you want me to do a quick recap of what we did last week? Anybody? Okay, so Ravi Verma Prabhu is saying that it will help. Okay, so let's do that. Quickly, we'll go through, not the entire slides, but I'll just recap quickly. So last week we started discussing upon, so last week we started discussing about who am I, the science of soul. We gave a brief introduction of when we kind of introduce ourselves, what do we think we are? Some people introduce that I am a doctor, teacher, dancer, manager. But Krishna has given a different introduction in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Natvevyam jatunasam natvam nime janadipa nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vaya ataparam. Krishna is saying. So here, what does it mean? Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. So congratulations to everybody that now you know that you are not going to die because you never died. When I say you have never died, your bodies have died, but you have not died. You know, the same you as the soul, as part of Krishna, has been traveling as old as God, and as much time it will exist as much as God, which means there is no death, there is no birth for us. But in this body, we take birth. And another important thing that you can learn from this shloka is clearly Krishna is saying that never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you did not exist. Meaning, Krishna and us are always different. Because if Krishna would have wanted, if he would have told that, no, we are also gods like him and we'll merge with him tomorrow, he would not have told I and you. He would have just told there was never a time we, or there's never a time I only, right? He doesn't have to say you and I separately. So he's specifically saying that in this verse, Acharyas have explained that no human being can ever become God. Like there are so many false theories that are floating around by false, I'll say, upper sampradayas, meaning people who explain Vedic knowledge without any disciplinic succession. They have come up with this weird theories that we will become God one day. After we die, we'll merge into God and we'll become God one day. No, no, no. Very clearly, Krishna, if you can quote this verse to them whenever anybody speaks like that, 2.12. In fact, the first instruction by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, second instruction, second verse, so to say, is never was there a time I did not exist, never was a time you will not exist, nor all these kings. He's also talking about everybody around, which includes us. In the future, shall any of us cease to be. So we are never going to die. We are going to continue like this. And yeah, we'll have different bodies. We'll have a different body of rat, cat, mosquito, I don't know. If you're fortunate, a human being. There are 8.4 million species of different living entities. And we have gone through the cycle of almost all of them. And we have got this human form of life in the whole evolutionary cycle, not the evolutionary cycle of Darwin, where we came from monkeys. No, we did not come from monkeys. Were we monkeys at one time? Yes, we were also donkeys at one time. We were also horses at one time. We were also mosquitoes at one time, cockroaches at one time. Now we have a body of a human, right? So it's not an evolution through bodies, it's evolution through consciousness. Prabhupada very clearly told. In fact, when one reporter in America, he challenged Prabhupada, he told, oh, we believe in Darwin theory. Our ancestors were monkeys, like that the reporter told. And for that, Prabhupada gave an answer. Okay, maybe your ancestors are from monkeys, but my ancestors are great human beings. Like that he told. So it's absolutely a false theory called evolution, which is propagated. Many such theories are propagated in our textbooks, and we have written exams and passed also. But you should understand that I'm a soul. I'm a soul, and I keep taking bodies. Yes. So this was about the first instruction. And Bhagavad Gita says that we are not this temporary body, we are the eternal soul. So this is the foundation of spiritual life. Anybody who wants to start a spiritual journey has to first understand that you are the soul, not the body. If you're not understanding this basic introduction, then we cannot go forward. I'm not saying that you have to get convinced and realize that you are a soul. See, when you realize that you are a soul, your spiritual journey is over. This whole life is there for us to realize that we are the soul. So last week, what we did, through certain mechanisms, we tried to understand, how are we the soul? Before that, we talked about Lomash Rishi, the person who had benediction that he can live for as many days as he has hair, and each hair will fall after one day of Brahma, which is 8.6 billion years. 4.3 is day of Brahma, 4.3 billion is night of Brahma. Total 8.6 billion years is one hair on his body will fall, and he was a very hairy person. So when he was doing tapasya and his disciples were making a hut around him, thinking that my guru is sitting in the sun, he's getting affected by the sun, he shouted at his disciples, saying that what nonsense are you doing? You're wasting time. So he also realized that there is no time. And we people in Kali Yuga in 2020, we are thinking that we have enormous time. We can figure out when we want to become spiritually serious, when we don't want to become spiritually serious. It's my wish because we have unlimited time. I'm sorry. Lomash Rishi is concerned that he doesn't have time. Then we should be completely in illusion to think that we have more time than him. We definitely don't have any amount of more time than him. So we have to become very, very serious. Don't waste your time building houses and running behind money. Get self-realized before you die, because death can come anytime. The same thing was also discussed by Yudhishthir Maharaj when Yaksha came in Mahabharat, and Yaksha asked, what is the most amazing thing, for which Yudhishthir Maharaj gave an answer that ahani ahani bhutani gacchanti hemalayam sesha sthavaram icchanti kim ascharya matpara. He says hundreds of people, everyone is dying, remaining ones are thinking we will not die. It is so amazing that everybody is going to die, but it's so obvious, but still people are not ready to believe it. Neither are they ready to work on it. So what are we busy achieving today? Quickly we went through, a materialistic person's dream. Like what does he want? Good education, good job, big fat check, nice love life, then nice family with Colgate smile, nice job, right? And best home, best large wardrobe, large fridge, super gym, home theater system, best car loan deal, party day and night, travel anywhere you want, insure every damn thing, including a dog, then retire your happy, your retirement life, and then retire and die in a relaxed way. This is what is material education talking about, where they say that this is something that you can achieve. But I can guarantee you, none of you or none of anybody in the whole planet can say even one box is properly achieved. None of them will keep you happy, because there is no limit to our needs, and there is, most importantly, there is no limit to our greed, right? So this is all a illusion which our media is propagating, and when you're willing to believe. So a soul, this is not a soul's life, this is a bodily life, right? Now, proof of existence of soul, we went through certain methods through which we can realize that we are the soul, right? We talked about common sense, through which we can understand. Common sense meaning, yes, if see somebody has died, what do they cry? He has gone, he is gone. What is gone? His body is there only. So if his body is there only, that means what has gone? His body is there, but his soul has gone. Meaning the actual person is not the body, the soul. We all know that, but we refuse to believe it. Even the atheistic people, even the people who don't believe in God or spirit or anything, they also, when they go near a dead body, they also say that he is gone. I say, what, he is gone? If you think that you are matter, made of matter, according to Darwin or evolution theory, we are all made of matter. There is no spirit. Then that body is still there. Why are you crying? That they don't agree. No, 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 no. The life in that is gone. The life is who? Who is that life? That life is none other than soul. That is the soul we are talking about. So common sense we can understand, and then we can understand through intuitive understanding. Meaning, what do you say when you say, what is this? What is your hand? What is your leg? Where is your ear? What is this on your neck? You say, this is my head, this is my hand, this is my leg, right? These are my toes, this is my nose. Like that you speak, meaning who are you then? If you're telling this is my this, then who are you? So intuitive thinking, if you really think, we also know that this is a body on you, but not you. You say that this is my body, right? You say this is my body, which means who is you? That you is nothing but the soul, right? Any person with little sane understanding will understand this. But if a person is reluctant, saying that I don't want to understand spiritual science, then he is making a fool of himself. Nobody can help him. Nobody can help him, right? So then go to the next one. Consciousness. Anything that is conscious, meaning there is soul there, right? How do you define consciousness? Consciousness is like, you cannot see it, you cannot touch it, but it exists. Just like your mind, your intelligence cannot be seen. Intelligence can be measured in terms of IQ or EQ, but then soul, is consciousness, pure consciousness. We took example of, is the computer going to cry if it loses a game against you? No, because computer is not conscious. But you are going to cry if you lose a game, because you are conscious, right? So Mike is conscious? No. Is a gun conscious? No. Is a chicken conscious? Yes, chicken is conscious because it's a living entity. But the knife that you're holding to cut a chicken is not conscious. Are you conscious? Yes. You definitely know that you are killing a chicken. And is a plant conscious? Yes, definitely. So conclusion is, wherever there is light, there has to be source of that light. In the same way, wherever there is consciousness, there is a symptom of soul. Without soul, there cannot be consciousness. And then we discussed about another way of understanding whether soul exists in near death experience, or called NDE, or out of body experiences, which is called OBE. These are very famous, scientifically proven ways in which we have taken several examples about infant dying, a person dying. And I also talked about my friend Ravi Chintala, who himself went through this near-death experience where they actually left the body and they came back to the body after some time. The body was declared clinically dead, but still they came back, right? And they told, which means what went out then? So you have gone out and you have come inside. So who is that you? That you is soul. If you have any willingness to think about it, you will conclude that it is the soul that has actually gone out. The past life memories, we discussed about it. We talked about how the past life impressions remain in especially in children, right? And past life memories can be triggered through hypnotic regression or through reincarnation memories. Now, reincarnation again is proven by a great scientist, and then many others also. But since today's people only want to listen to Western media. So here is a Western scientist who has actually studied more than 2,000 reincarnation cases, all of them outside India, not just India, right? And he has a student who is also a professor in India, in Bangalore. Her name is Savant Pasricha, and she and her team has also studied many reincarnation cases. And I also talked about reincarnation memories, some hard experiences that people have experienced in their past have created some impressions on the body also. Like somebody shot in the head, there will be a little kind of a mole here, some kind of a birthmark. These birthmarks are nothing but past life impressions, which are painful impressions which remain on the body. And I talked about this lady and this boy who actually remembered the past life. And there are many like this, right? You can see the past life impressions, how people have got certain impressions after death. This boy has like a bullet here, and actually he remembered his previous life, and they could go and figure out that he was killed in the previous life with a bullet. So that's about, and the next level is levels of awakening. This is a verse from Prahlad Maharaj speaking in 7th canto, 7th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, 25th verse, where Prahlad Maharaj explains that there are three levels of awakening. One is when you are in sleep, when you are wakeful, when you are sleeping, and third is when you are in deep sleep. So we might be wakeful when we are awake. Right now we are awake, right? So we are conscious. Sometimes in the sleep also you might become a little conscious that yes, I'm sleeping. In the dream you remember that you are sleeping. Sometimes it's possible. But when you're in deep sleep, nobody is there with you. When you're in deep, totally tired sleep, nobody is there with you, but still you wake up. So who is waking you up in the today morning, 17th of May? Who do you think has woken you up? That is soul. Your intelligence, your mind. If they are all sleeping, who is the person who is waking you up? Tomorrow morning also, who is going to wake you up? That is the soul. So this is a beautiful explanation given about what is wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep by Prahlad, and that which never sleeps. And here Krishna explains that it's not easy to understand the soul knowledge, because even though you hear these classes for days and days, for weeks and weeks, but still you will have so many doubts on soul, and that is primarily not because the knowledge is difficult. Knowledge is very simple. Problem is we are complicated. We have complicated our consciousness. We don't have focus on spiritual life. For us, sometimes only 3 hours in a week is our spirituality. But actually, spiritual person should be 24 hours in spirituality. 24 hours, you should lead a life thinking that is the soul, not the body. When that consciousness comes, then you can easily understand this verse, 7th canto, 7th chapter, 25th verse, you can understand. But today, if you're not able to understand, don't blame the verse. It is because of our immaturity in spiritual consciousness, which is what we are trying to develop now. Session after session, we are trying to understand exactly who we are. Then we also talked about astral body travel, where we talked about it is proven very scientifically also that there is a exercise, there is a meditational exercise, which is mostly done by in Tibetans and Buddhists, that they can actually travel out of their body, go to a place, see everything there, come back and give the information. Now this is very much doable. Even in the history, there are many characters in our Vedic scriptures, including Shankaracharya, who actually left his body, went into others' bodies, did some things, and has come back. Right? And messengers from hellish planet. This picture, I'll quickly glimpse through is because it might be disturbing for some. Of course, these days in horror movies we are seeing worse than this, but because it's actually drawn by a person on his deathbed, showing the picture of Yamaduta, whom he saw just before he died. I'll not tell the whole story of his. I can go back and listen in the previous class. So there is this hellish, picture that he had drawn, and then we concluded in this slide last week that intelligent people, when they look at all this, they conclude that there is life beyond this temporary body, right? So this is the beginning of spirituality. Then materialistic person thinks that matter is all. Let's enjoy. Everybody's thinking, okay, what is there? Corona is there. Okay, Corona will get over. After that Corona, what will you do? We'll go back to restaurants. We'll see the movies. We'll go and travel. We'll have the same enjoyment again. Like we can again go on vacation. This is what a materialistic person is thinking. But a spiritual person is thinking, Krishna, thank you very much. You give me experience of how close death can be. How close death is always, actually, even before Corona and after Corona also, death is so close to us. So a spiritual person will become more serious about his spiritual life, right? You will start thinking, how can I make the most? How can I make the most out of this life? How can I make sure that uh, I don't waste a single moment in bodily consciousness? I have to prepare myself to go back to Krishna, right? So that is a intelligent person knows that there is life beyond death, and he has to prepare for the same. He becomes more responsible. When you know that you are the soul, right now, we are all in this call. We are realizing that we are the soul. So what does it mean? It means that this body that you have right now, that you can see in the mirror, your nose, your face, your body, whatever that you see, is temporary, which means there is going to be another body you're going to get. So we should become more responsible. Whatever deeds that we do in this life are going to turn up as another body in next life. Actually, we have already created our body with our deeds so far. Already our body is ready. We have to enter that body. So when the death comes, we'll enter that body. Just like, so many past life memories, reincarnation memories, what does it all prove? That there are people who are coming back, souls are coming back into different bodies, right? So even in Bhagavatam, there is a story of Rahuguna and Jada Bharata. There, Bharat Maharaj, he left his body and he became a deer. And after becoming a deer, he again got back a human life as Jada Bharata. And then he left his body and went back home, back to Godhead. So there are many examples. You see, these Christian monasteries and I'm not saying Christians are wrong or right, but I'm saying today's most preaching, they preach that oh, human body is the only body and all other animals are not, they're not having soul. They say that soul we have, but animals don't have soul. How do you say animals don't have soul? Why? Because if they prove that animals don't have soul, they can prove it as walking vegetables. They can eat them. License to kill, opening slaughterhouses, killing animals even when they are not going to be eaten. It's like the brutalest thing to do is to kill animal and not even eat it. Just throw it in the dustbin because you killed more than required. Stock was more than requirement. That is horrible. That is beyond acceptable crime. It's like you're killing other living entity. First of all, you're killing it, but when you don't need it, still you're killing it for this 3 inches of tongue. How much? Whether you're a Reddy, Kamma, Tumma, Varma, Rao, doesn't matter. Kapoor, Kurana, Joshi, Mukherjee, Chaturvedi, doesn't matter. Ultimately, your tongue is this much, and this tongue, the taste is only this much. This much is your taste, right? Beyond this much, it's whether it's ice cream or whether it's Maggie or whether it's stool, it's the same thing. Once beyond this tongue size, you put food behind it, you don't find any taste. For this 3 inches or 2 inches of tongue, we are ready to kill other living entities. You should think, is it needed? Should I not control my tongue? uh, it's not it's not about which family I have taken birth in. These families are all temporary. Your body itself is temporary. What are we recognizing with? I am this, I am that. That is ignorance at the peak. When so one of my relatives comes and he told me that, hey, Lakshman, you are a Reddy. What are you speaking? I said, what nonsense are you talking? When was I Reddy? When I took birth, was I Reddy? No, I took birth in a family who were Reddys. But who am I? I am a soul. I am soul. Aham Brahmasmi. I am soul. And beyond that is body. That much consciousness, at least that much we should have. And then we should take proper spiritual education to make our choices. Isn't it? Uh, so we should have some intelligence. When people around us are polluting us, we should have some intelligence to think. I am not this body. I am the soul. There is no religion. Religion is all a medium to connect with God. But more than higher than religion is I am the soul and I am the child of God. Everybody is a child of Krishna. Aham bija pradapita, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. From him we all have come. So intelligent person, he becomes more serious when he knows all these truths and he starts becoming more responsible for the next life, right? So here Krishna says the evolution of a soul. He is explaining the evolution of a soul. You all can also repeat after me if you want to. It's not that difficult. It's very important verse 2.13. Dehinosmin yatha dehe. Repeat. Dehinosmin yatha dehe. Kaumaram yavvanam jara. Kaumaram yavvanam jara. Tata dehantaras praptir. Tata dehantara praptir. Dhiras tatra namuyati. Dhiras tatra namuyati. What does it mean? Kaumaram yavvanam jara. Boyhood, youth, and old age, right? Kaumaram Yavaram Jara. Dehinosmin Yatha. Like this body passes through all these phases. Like at last week, I told every 7 years the cells are changing. So already I'm 43, which means more than 6 times my body is already changed, isn't it? So in the same way, like I'm going from boyhood to youth to old age, I'll also get another body after a day. Just as simple as that. I remove this shirt, I wear another shirt, and again my cycle starts from Kaumaram Yavanam Jara. So this picture that is very famous in our society kind of explains the endless cycle of birth and death, right? So here a question comes: why, in spite of this knowledge, we don't realize that we are the soul? Arjuna is asking, and the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is a very, very technical chapter. In that, there is a question and there is an answer. Here, Arjuna is asking. Arjuna Vacha. Here is saying 13.1. Oh, my dear Krishna, I wish to know Prakriti, nature. What is this Prakriti? Purusha, meaning who is the enjoyer of all this that is created, and the field, and the knower of the field, and the knowledge, and the object of the knowledge. He is asking very technical question. Now, this one question of Krishna, of Arjuna to Krishna, carved the whole 13th chapter, where Krishna explained, the knower of the field. Who is the knower of the field? Who is the object of the field? Here, Krishna says, the Supreme Person of Godhead said, this body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and the one who knows the body is called the knower of this field, right? So you should understand that what is this knower of the field and who is this field, right? So at this point, I want to stop and ask if anybody has any questions. Now we are going to start the new subject, continuing subject of who am I, the soul. I'll just take some water in the meantime.
Prabhuji, one question.
Yes, Prabhu.
So you said that boy has some bullet mark on his head, right? But soul is completely different to the body, right? So how come that boy got the marks there?
Who asked the question, Prabhuji?
Raja Ramesh.
Prabhuji. What was the question again? Which boy, Prabhuji?
No. Actually, you said the boy. You said you showed some boy, right? So who has bullet mark on his forehead?
Yes.
Body is completely different to the soul, right? So how come the previous body marks has come to the next body to this guy?
It's a very, very intelligent question. Did everybody understand the question? If somebody did not understand, please let me know. I'm going to answer this question. I'll repeat the question. See, basically what Prabhuji is saying is, see, we are saying the body and we are different, right? We are the soul and the body is different. So how come that in the body the impression is getting carried, right? From the last life, the person was killed with a bullet in his head somewhere here. And next time when he takes another body, the symbol is still appearing as a birthmark. People don't know what it is, but it's the same bullet wound, and he remembers that in the next life. So if body and soul are different, how come the mark is carrying? That's the question, right, Raja Prabhu?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So can anybody answer? Before I answer, can anybody try to answer? I want to hear what your thoughts are. How come the mark is carrying? You see, I'll tell the answer. Very simple. Actually, the question you asked takes me to the next level of knowledge, but I have to answer this. I have to tell the slide was going to come later. You see, we have two kinds of bodies. We have, remember that we have two kinds of bodies. One is a gross body, another is a subtle body. Right? Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira. It's called in Sanskrit. Stula Sharira means gross body, which is made of 5 elements. Right? We know those 5 elements, right? Earth, water, ether, fire, air. These are the 5 elements. We are made of this. This is called Stula Sharira. Then Sukshma Sharira is made of 3 things. Right? Mind, intelligence, and ego. What is mind? Mind is nothing but a repository of my desires. Whatever desires I've had, it is like a memory box. It is sitting with me. It is going body after body, and it reminds me, by the way, you wanted to eat a rasgulla last life. What about the rasgulla now? Go and eat. Right? Like that. So every desire, it will keep on saying, you wanted to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this. Please go and enjoy that. That is what mind says. Right? Wait a second. Somebody has answered something in chat or? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now this is your mind. Now what about intelligence? Intelligence means that you get through knowledge, like you're attending the sessions. Now you can make better decisions. That is called intelligence. So intelligence also is your part of you. You cannot touch it. You cannot touch your mind, not touch your intelligence, but they are both part of you. That's called part of subtle body. You have a subtle body, that is part of the subtle body, right? And our third one is called ego. Now, what is ego? Ego, there are two kinds of ego. There are two kinds of ego. True ego, false ego. Okay, understand this. True ego, false ego. Prabhu, what is true ego? True ego means the person who realizes that I am the soul, means it's true ego. Right? His recognition is correct. I am the soul. Nenu Atmani. When you remember that, when you always remember that, that means that is a perfect good ego. That is called the ego means your recognition. You are recognizing yourself. True ego means I recognize that I am the body. I am the soul, not the body. Right? That is true ego. What is false ego? False ego means I am recognizing that I am this body. That is called false ego. So here is the soul, here is the body, right? If the soul recognizes that I am the soul, then the body and soul are different. They cannot be one, even though they are one, but still we remember that we are the soul. But if we forget and we start thinking that I'm actually the body only, then what happens? This one finger will come and it'll tangle like this, right? So your body and soul becomes one, and the soul will refuse to understand that I am not this body, right? That is called false ego. Yeah. So as I told, there are two bodies. One is the gross body, Stula Sharira, and second is the Sukshma Sharira, which is the subtle body. When we die, what happens? Our gross body is finished. Our gross body is gone. But our subtle body is still there. But if you have trained the subtle body throughout your life in such a way, through spiritual intelligence, through buddhi, right? Adhyatmika buddhi, you have trained it that actually I'm not this body. The mind, the intelligence is properly trained that I am the soul. Then what happens? After you die, the soul not only leaves the gross body, it also leaves the subtle body and travels back to Krishna. But if it doesn't accept that, and if it is not totally convinced, even if it has 0.1111% doubt, or not realized that I am the soul, only theoretically we are realized, but practically we are not, then what happens? It takes the subtle body into the next gross body, right? So the same mind, the same intelligence also travels into the next body that we go. You see, I'll tell you, I have two sons, right? Parth and Hriday, and one is in 9th grade and one is in 8th grade now. Now, even though they are born from the same womb of my wife, they're two different children. And same is your case also, right? All of your case, we have more than one children in the house. Then you can see that one child is so different from the other child. How is it possible? They both took birth in the same house. You are the one who took care of them, right? One child is, for example, one child is very fearful of heights. The moment he goes to 3rd floor only, he's like, no, I don't want to go in the balcony. But other child on 20th floor also, he'll go and stand as if nothing is happening, right? Some people are scared of water. My younger child is very, very scared of water. If you put his head under the water, whoa, he immediately come out like this. Like it takes time for him to set right himself in the water. But even I'm like that. I can't be underwater. Even for some time, it's very difficult for me to. I feel very suffocated. But others are there in the same. Like my elder son, he might not be as uncomfortable, he might also be, but not as. So where is this difference coming from? There's nothing but they are carrying their subtle body from past life into the next life. From past life, they're carrying the subtle body, right? So sometimes what happens is that when you have a very painful experience in your past life, very painful experience, like somebody, you died in a very painful way, like you were bleeding to death, and it was paining, and your head was really, really, filled with pain, and in that consciousness, when you die, and you're not spiritually conscious person, meaning you don't totally believe that you are the soul, you still think that I'm the body, meaning you're not spiritually strong person, then what happens? Because your subtle body is coming into the next body, which is your mind intelligence, and false ego, when it is coming into the new body, it also brings the impressions of this pain along with it. Because it was so painful, it just brings the impression, the memory. Oh, it was so painful. Like that, it comes when the new body comes, it is still carrying the same impression, and that creates marks on that new body. It's it's a very subtle thing that you carry the impression, and the impression is so strong that it reflects onto the new body, because that is all because of false ego that you are identifying. Whereas if a person is spiritually conscious, he will not have any such situation. He will actually not get next body only. He will directly go home back to Krishna, where we actually belong. It's a little technical thing, but Raja Ramesh Prabhu, did you understand?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Yeah, this was something that I was going to discuss a little later, but I think Krishna wanted me to discuss now only. So anybody else, any questions at this point? Okay, are you convinced 0.01% that you are the soul? At least 0.01%. No?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Right.
Okay, because if you're not convinced even 0.01% that you are the soul, then I can't go to the next slide. Right? We have to understand that we are, at least theoretically, looks like we are the soul. At least that much you should feel, that maybe I'm the soul only, because I'm not this body. The body is going to end, but I am not willing to end. And Krishna is very clearly telling in Bhagavad Gita that you are not this body, you are the soul. Right? So now let's go to the next level of knowledge, where Arjuna is asking some questions. Now I'll tell you, there is something called Kshetra, Kshetrajna. This concept I'll first explain, then I'll get into the slide. Please focus. Now I'm going to get a little more technical. Actually, the soul knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and some of the Upanishads, if we get into it, it's very technical. For a normal person in Kali Yuga, who is graduated from all these big degrees, doing big jobs, cannot understand basic knowledge. Because what this basic knowledge needs is simplicity of heart and submission to learn. Then only you'll understand. And it's very rare to be found these days. People are very egoistic about their knowledge in their post and their visiting cards. So it's very difficult to get soul knowledge. So, but if you be a little submissive, you can understand. Okay, so I request you all to submissively try to learn what I'm going to share now. Okay, so here there is something called Kshetra, Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Right? Kshetra means this body. Kshetra means this body. Field of activity. Kshetra means field of activity. So many activities are happening inside this body. You might say, what are the activities going on? Well, the only few activities that we know is the respiratory system, digestive system. What else? Maybe some other system, 2-3 systems you might know. But there are far more activities that are going on, which I'll explain now. That is Kshetrajna. And the one who recognizes this entire body as self is called Kshetrajna. Right? Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Field of activity, and the person who knows that field of activity is Kshetrajna. Right? And the person who knows many such field of activities is Krishna. Kshetrajna. He is also called Kshetrajna, but he is better than us. Now I'll give an example. I might have confused you all. Now please hear with focus. I'll give an example. For example, I have this finger. This finger I have on my left hand. Now, how many souls are there inside this finger? What? Prabhu, you're only one soul. No, I'm sorry. There are many souls inside us. There are many souls. So there might be a soul in this corner thinking that I am this finger. So this is a kshetra, and there is a soul here who is recognizing with this much part of my body, thinking that I am this much part of my body is this much. Kshetrajna. There are so many cells, and each cell has got a living being inside, and they're multiplying, they're dying, they're all living beings. How many souls are there inside our body? Unlimited. We can't even count. Right? So many cells are there inside our body. And now each cell is thinking itself to be a person. That cell is also getting married. They're also having children. They're also living a life like us. They might also buy a flat somewhere here, somewhere there. So understand that every soul is recognizing to certain part of the body as itself. Okay? So there is a soul here, and this soul is recognizing that this much part is me. Now this is my right hand thumb, right? Now the right hand thumb also has somebody sitting here. He is thinking that this part of the body is him. That's all he's recognizing, right? Now, if something happens to this part of the finger, this part of my finger's body, the soul is sitting here, would not know, isn't it? This part will feel, hey, I'm here only, I'm enjoying. He would not get the information what is happening here. Right? There are two different souls sitting in two different parts of the body, recognizing themselves to that particular portion of body. That's all. Okay. Now, but me, I am also a soul in this whole body among millions of souls, but I am recognizing this whole body as myself. Right? There is a difference. This soul is recognizing only this much part, but I have a capability of recognizing, including this finger and including all this body, including both these hands, legs, everything as myself. Nothing special about it. I am just recognizing this much as myself. This fellow is recognizing only this much as himself. Right? Both are kshetrajnas. Kshetra means field of activity, and the person who recognizes that field of activity as self is called kshetrajna. Did you all understand till here? Any question? Because next is the next technical fact. Yes, no, anybody? Am I audible?
Yes.
Hare Krishna?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you understood.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please stop me. Okay, please stop me if you're not able to understand, because it's a little technical subject, you know. So, kshetra and kshetrajna. Now, what is the difference between me and God? I am recognizing this body as myself. Krishna recognizes all the bodies of unlimited beings that are there in unlimited planets. That is why is Krishna. For example, I don't know what is happening in your house and your body, but Krishna knows everything that is happening. For example, this finger doesn't know what is happening with this finger, but I know what is happening with both the fingers, isn't it? I know what is happening with the index finger or what is happening with the thumb finger, but this thumb finger doesn't know what is happening with the index finger. But Krishna knows not only the thumb, not only the index, not only me, but also everything, everybody, all the living entities. That is why is God. You understood? So that is the next level, right? So here Arjuna is asking the same question. What is Kshetra? What is Kshetrajna? What is this Prakriti? What is this field of activity? What is going on, Krishna? Please explain me. Right? Now I'll show you the slide. Now I'll show you the slide. Okay. Now see this. Here, how many things are there inside us for the field of activity to occur? Field of activity, kshetram, the Vedic hymns and the aphorisms of Vedanta Sutra, the components of this world can be understood as follows. Now hear this, you don't have to understand it. It might take years and decades to understand, but just hear it out. Okay. How many things together form the field of activity inside our body? Number one, there are 5 elements inside our body. Agree? Now we are talking about kshetram, field of activity. There are 5 elements. You all are agreeing that there is earth, water, fire, air, and ether inside you? By the way, what is ether? Does everybody understand what is ether? Anybody who doesn't understand what is ether, please ask. Okay, so you all understand.
Yeah, ether is fragrance, Guruji.
Ether is?
Fragrance.
No, ether is not fragrance. Ether is space. Space.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so we are made of earth, water, fire, air, and space. There has to be some space, right, between organs and where the whole body is fitting, right? So there is space element. So air fills into that space, fire fills into that space, water fills into that space, earth fills into. If there is no space, there is no yoga, right? You can't do yoga. You know, basically controlling the air within the 5 chakras. You know, all that is happening within the space of the body. Okay. So we are made of 5 elements. Okay. So people say, what are you made of? I'm made of 5 elements. That's all people say. But if you read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Vedic scriptures, it goes to the next level. It says there are 3 false, what do you call that? Subtle elements also. There is subtle body, which just now we discussed. What is that? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. Right? Ahankara. Ahamkara. Actually, it's called ahamkara, not ahankara. We say ahankara, right? No, it's not. It's ahamkara. Aham means me, kara means doer. When I think that I am the doer, I am the doer, I am the one who is doing everything. That means you are in illusion. You are not the only one who is doing everything. You are only doing some part, right? So the body consists of 5 elements and 3 subtle elements. Now, apart from this, it also consists of 3 modes of material nature, right? So somebody's body is tamoguna body. Somebody's body is more influenced by rajoguna. Somebody's body is more influenced by sattva. We stopped the topic in between, actually. Maybe next week we'll continue that analysis of 3 gunas, right? How you make decisions, what you worship, what you eat, how you behave, what you think, how your knowledge is. Everything is determined by these 3 gunas. Why some people like alcohol, some people don't like alcohol. Prabhuji, he has not tasted alcohol. No, that is not the thing. Some people don't like alcohol. Why? Because they're in sattva guna. They don't get taste out of it. They feel it's very bitter. But some people, even though it is bitter, even though they are dying, still drink that alcohol because they think it is very good. Tamoguna, right? So some people, when you go and tell them, Prabhu, this is not good for you, they immediately say, oh, really, Prabhu? Thank you. I will not do it again. So immediately they start implementing good things. That is called people in the mode of goodness. But some people cannot do that. The moment you go and tell them that, this is not good for you, then you will tell, okay, you do what you want to do, I'll do what I want to do. Don't come and advise me what is right. What kind of guna is that? Rajoguna, meaning they want to enjoy. Nothing should come in between their enjoyment. Rajoguna. And another third category person is, if you go and tell that person, Prabhu, this is not good for you, he will tell, Prabhu, please stop there. I will do it now and show it to you. Then it is good. That is called pure tamoguna. Meaning that fellow will not only reject what you are saying, but he'll also implement and show that wrong thing. Right? That is called tamoguna. So these 3 gunas are also inside you. The 3 gunas are also inside you. So how many elements we have gone to? 5 elements, 3 subtle elements, and 3 modes of nature. They are also in this body, right? The modes of nature. Now the fourth thing is 5 knowledge acquiring senses. You acquire knowledge from 5 places, right? Any child also can tell. Wherever you can acquire knowledge, from your eyes you can acquire knowledge, from your ears you can acquire knowledge, from your nose you can acquire knowledge, from your tongue you can taste things and acquire knowledge, and from your skin you can touch and acquire knowledge. Is that true? Okay, these are the 5 ways of acquiring knowledge. Now acquiring knowledge is there. What is the next thing? The working senses, right? Now these senses that work and actually get the knowledge to is what? Voice. Your ears, through voice it gets the knowledge. Your legs, they actually work, right? They go around. Your hands, they actually hold and bring things together, right? And you have the anus and the genitals, the excretory organs. They're also working. So how many things have we come to now? 5 natural elements, right? Gross elements, 3 subtle elements, and 3 modes of nature. Then 5 modes of nature, and 5 acquiring senses, knowledge acquiring senses, and 5 working senses. And then on objects of those senses. Now you have a acquiring sense. What is the object? Nose can smell, tongue can taste, eyes can see the form, right? Skin can touch, and sound can be heard, right? These are the objects of the senses. So there are the senses and there are the objects of the senses. So when all these things work together in crisscross, when all these things, for example, the gross body, through its intelligence, I'm going from left to right, okay? The gross body, through its intelligence, in the mode of goodness, is experiencing this lecture through its ears, and it's working through its voice. Through the voice organ it is working, and it is able to experience the taste of spiritual matters. So this is a whole combination of things, and there are multiple combinations happening during the whole day and night. That is inside our body. So our body constitutes of these 24 elements. You understood? 5, 5, 5, then 3 plus 1. In that 1 also there are 3, but you consider it as modes of mental nature as 1, because primary mode is one that is predominating you. So this 24 elements, Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that this is how your body is functioning. These are all the elements together that the body is functioning, right? And so when all these functions happen, interactions, representations of field of activity are divided into desire, hatred, happiness, and distress, right? These are the emotions that it all goes through. We can have a desire, then we can have hatred towards somebody, or we can be happy about something, or we are distressed about something. right? These are the activities. Now 6 changes happen in the body. There are 6 changes on all this body. There are 6 changes that happens. One, the body takes birth, then it grows, then it stays like that for some time, then it produces byproducts, children, etc., and then it begins to decay, where it starts becoming older and decaying, and then finally it vanishes. There are 6 changes that happen in all of us, right? This is about the kshetra. The whole science of body is there in Bhagavad Gita, explained like this, right? Now subordinate knower of the field is individual soul, that is me to this body alone is called kshetrajna. But there is a superior supreme knower of the fields of, many kshetras, which is called God. He is also called kshetrajna. Did you understand this whole slide, at least theoretically?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Okay, you will have to put a lot more effort. It is a very technical slide. Why did I explain this slide in this class is because this is the definition of body. This is a definition of body as per Vedic scriptures. What this body is just not ether, fire, ether and all. There is senses. The senses can actually make us do things, right? For example, you are going on a bike and you go through the in-orbit mall, and there you see a picture. A new picture has come. Mahesh Babu's new picture has come. Oh, I should go and see this picture. What happened? Your sense. What is the knowledge acquiring sense that got triggered here? Your eyes, right? And what is the working sense? Your voice and your hands. I want to see this. And then what is the object of the sense object? The form of that actor, and all the songs of his previous movies through my ears, everything gets triggered. And the mode of material nature, what kind of a movie is it? It's a violence filled movie. That means tamoguna. If I'm in tamoguna, I want to go and see that movie. If I'm in satvaguna, I will see that bloody picture on the screen with the hero filled with blood. I'll say, no, I don't want to watch this movie. Rather, I go and watch a film, a very family oriented movie. Why should I see violence? Why should I show violence to my children? So that is satvaguna. So you are making a choice. And your intelligence, right? Your intelligence is deciding. Sometimes after hearing nice spiritual lectures, you might decide, hey, why am I disturbing my consciousness watching such kind of movies? Instead, I'll watch a nice lecture, or I'll watch a nice drama, or I'll watch Mahabharat, something which is more soothing to my soul, like that, right? So all this field of activity is happening based on our senses. The moment we allow our senses to do what they want to do, the field of activity gets triggered. So this is called our body. So who am I? I'm not this body. This whole thing is body, but I'm the soul which is inside, stuck inside this body. Any questions at this point? Okay, so we can go to the next one. So there is a supreme knower and there is a subordinate knower. What is the difference between? Now there is an Upanishad called Taittiriya Upanishad, which talks about our levels of consciousness, right? Which I spoke about some time back. What is Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Some people, they only think about food. Like during the lockdown, the only thing they're thinking, let's take lockdown as an example, right? I'm just thinking, I just thought it as an example. How do you explain these 5 things? Levels of consciousness. Some people, they only think about food. How much storage do I have in the house? Right? After the lockdown gets over, which is the first restaurant I'll go and eat? Right? Annamaya people, they cannot think anything beyond food. All the time, food, tindi botulu, Telugulo cheptaru, right? So they cannot think anything beyond. That is called Annamaya consciousness. Pure materialistic people. For them, spirituality is far, far away. Even if they try, they keep trying, but they never are sincere in that path. Next, Pranamaya. Pranamaya means what? The people who go beyond food and they actually start thinking, oh, the lockdown is happening because there is a virus outside and this virus can kill me. That means I have to be careful. So they recognize that they are alive. People in the mode of Annamaya, they don't even recognize that they're alive. They're only thinking about food. But the next level is Pranamaya. They actually think that, oh, I should save myself. Then they also change their food habits. Somebody tells, don't eat things that will take more digestive energy. They will make you more weak. They say, oh, which are those foods? They say, don't eat non-vegetarian, don't eat this, don't eat that. Then they say, okay, what should I eat then? They say, eat nice grain, nice dal, and drink nice cow milk, which improves your immunity. Don't eat dalda, don't eat, certain other things like junk food. Immediately, oh, yes, yes, because they are pranamaya consciousness. They want to make sure that they know that they're alive, and they want to, lead a life which will keep them alive, right? Pranamaya. Then Jnanamaya consciousness means they go to the next level. They go and they know that they want to eat. They also know that they are alive. Then they actually go to the next level, meaning they start thinking, they're feeling and willing. Oh, I think I'm alive. So who am I? And I think my emotions are more stronger than who am I, right? So they actually create goals in their life which are beyond just their bodily level, right? And uh, they actually start thinking about a little bit about self-realization, very little bit about self-realization. Oh, I think I'm alive, but what happens after I die? What does it mean to be alive? Like that, they start thinking. That's called Jnanamaya, meaning some education they start getting. Next is Vijnanamaya, meaning they actually start realizing what they have learned in Jnanamaya. Jnanamaya is about questioning and getting some answers. Vijnanamaya is about experiencing those answers in your life. For example, you're attending the science of celebration classes now. After attending these classes for a certain number of weeks, your view towards life and your view towards things around you and your decisions will change. Why they'll change? Because now knowledge has come inside, and you actually are able to realize what is true. Who is your real well-wisher? What is this society? What is this money? What is this visiting card of mine? What is this salary? Who is going to save me at the time of death? And what is this life? What is this death? All those things will slowly start becoming clearer in your mind. Then that means you are in Vijnanamaya consciousness. Vijnanamaya. You are realizing and you are becoming a little self-satisfied. Anandamaya consciousness is ultimate, right? Which means I'm completely connected with God now. Yes, I know I'm spiritual. I have got my answers. I'm also realizing those answers, but now I know that I'm part of God. Meaning, I'm completely fearless. I'm completely fearless. Okay, let Corona come. No problem. Doesn't mean I'll go and sit outside and say, Corona, touch me. No. But when it comes also, I will not get tense. Not because, I think, oh, I'm not tense because I'm not scared or anything. No, because you know now that you're part of God and you will not die. Aham Brahmasmi. You will not die. There is no death for a soul. You understand that. Then you become Anandamaya. Then you become very blissful, right? You do have attachment towards your family, towards your friends, elders, everybody, but you know when they die also that no need to cry, or even if you cry, just cry in terms of gratitude for what they have done to you. But eventually you'll be peaceful that oh, like when my grandmother died, I was very miserable. She was very, very close to me, my grandmother. And at that time I was not Krishna conscious. But now I realize, oh, my grandmother died. When did she die? She died in 2001. So where is she now? She might have been studying in I think inter second year or degree first year now, right? She might have taken another body. She's a degree first year girl or boy in some other body. Now, what did this consciousness do? It did not make me feel miserable. Instead, it makes me feel positive that, okay, she might have got another body. I don't know, at least in this life, if she'll become Krishna conscious and not take a body again, right? So that is pure balanced spiritual knowledge. So we all go through these levels of consciousness: Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya. So there is a more technical thing, but what I'm trying to tell that at the end, I'm just skipping that portion in between. It's more technical there, but the bottom line in blue, if you can see, it is people in Annamaya, Pranamaya, and Jnanamaya state of consciousness cannot understand that they are the soul. Right? You should understand that people in Jnanamaya, what is the first three? Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya. These three people, these slides, they can't understand unless you go to Vijnanamaya or Anandamaya. Anandamaya means you already know. Vijnanamaya means you're ready to know, you're completely realized. whatever that we are seeing. But the first three category cannot. That is the reason not everybody can come to spiritual life. Even if they come, they'll run away. 2-3 sessions, they'll run away because it's difficult. They are not ready for this kind of knowledge. They'll say, it's impractical theory, but they will never put an effort. They will not follow the process. For example, to become an artificial intelligence expert, you have to go and attend classes, right? You can't sit at home and tell that I'm artificial intelligent now. No, okay, right? So the same way, even in spirituality, there is a process. There is a process, there is a practice, and then there is an outcome. You should be ready for that. But people in Annamaya, Pranamaya, and Jnanamaya will not come to spirituality. Even if they come, they will not stay. But people in Vijnanamaya or who are ready for Vijnanamaya will be ready to go forward. Now you might ask, I will ask some of you a question. How come some people are attracted to spirituality, whereas some people are completely rejecting spirituality? How is this happening? Tell me the answer. You tell me the answer. Anybody, just give an attempt. How come some people are interested, some people are not? Sometimes two brothers, both the brothers born in the same family. One boy is very inclined towards spiritual life. One boy completely rejects spiritual life. Same house, they brought up in the same way. They watch the same TV. Their parents have taken care of them in the same way. How come one is more interested, another is completely not interested?
Abuji, what I feel is it's also like mercy of God. It's like sometimes God should have that mercy on us to get that spiritual thing. That's what I feel.
Yeah. No, that's right. Very, very, very nicely answered. That is definitely one of the most important things. None of us should think that we are attending the sessions because of my decision. It's God's decision to help us. That is the reason we are conducting and attending these sessions. So mercy is one thing. Let's go one more step, a little lower. Why do you think one person easily accepts spiritual truths, one person doesn't accept spiritual truths only, or takes more time? Let's take three categories. One who accepts spiritual truths very fast, one who takes time to accept spiritual truths very fast, one who completely rejects spiritual truths. Like I tell an example. In spirituality, we worship cows, right? So there are these cow dungs, cow dung cakes that I'm getting these days, and I'm keeping near the supermarket. I don't know how many of you picked up that, but when I kept that ad, multiple people reacted in multiple ways. One person was grateful. He said, "Very nice. We'll use it." Another person said, "We will try it. We don't know if it's good or bad." Third person was completely rejecting that. Why did you keep it here? Keep it in the temple. That is religion. In fact, finding faults that that might harm. Who allowed you? Who gave you permission to keep it there? Some person even took it and keep it somewhere else. I went and again kept it there. Right? Why these three natures are happening? Why these three natures are happening? Actually, I just now answered the question. You should be able to relate to that. You're not judging anybody. Everybody are same. Everybody are children of Krishna. But why people are behaving in these three ways? One is Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. That we remember, right? People in Sattva-guna, people in Rajoguna, Tamoguna, how they behave. Apart from that, okay, in the interest of time, what is the time?
12.
Yeah. So apart from that, why people reject certain good things is because they carry that consciousness from previous life. For example, in this life, we are Annamaya conscious, and we die in that Annamaya conscious. Next life, what consciousness will be in? Annamaya only, right? And this life, we go to Pranamaya. Next life, what consciousness we start with? Pranamaya. We don't start with Annamaya again. We have already gone one consciousness high, so we start from there. And in this life, somebody has gone from Annamaya, Pranamaya to Jnanamaya. Next life, what consciousness you'll start with? Jnanamaya. Because you already gone to Jnanamaya. It's not like you have to start from bottom again. Like material education, what is the difference between spiritual education and material education? Please hear this attentively. The difference is material education, even though you might be Albert Einstein in this life, but the moment you die, and if you get a human body, you will be thrown into Chaitanya Narayana and you have to learn ABCD and write MCET again. You cannot tell that, hey, I was Albert Einstein previous life. Why are you asking me to write MSET? I'm all beyond this. No, 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 no. Study again, write all the unit tests, go from, first class onwards and completely learn everything again, write the exams and then prove yourself. This is called material education. But spiritual education is not like that. Spiritual education is the moment you uplift your consciousness, in the next life, you take it from there. You understood? Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita. There is a discussion in 6th chapter between Arjuna and Krishna, where Arjuna says, what happens to a person who is practicing spiritual life, but in between he loses his body, in between the practice, where does he land? An unsuccessful yogi, where does he land? There Krishna explains, there is no loss here. He will start from where he left. That is the reason, for example, when we put an ad about science of self-realization classes, immediately some people subscribe, and that I have seen, last many years, more than 10 years, I'm preaching in different places. As soon as you put an ad that, there is the spiritual sessions, learn about Bhagavad Gita, immediately some people will come. They will come because, why they'll come? Because they already were introduced to Bhagavad Gita in previous life. They already like it. They don't remember anything in it, but they have a liking for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have a liking for it. And as soon as they hear I want to learn. Right? And there might be some people who might have been given Bhagavad Gita, they kept in their house, never read. Previous life. This life, when somebody says, come to Bhagavad Gita, they don't like it, but they become inquisitive. Maybe I should go and learn. Because in previous life, they never spent time. And there might be some people who rejected in previous life. I don't want this spiritual knowledge, all this nonsense, theory, religion. I don't want to understand self-realization. I want to eat, mate, die like an animal in this life. Such people will not come. If you call them to session, they'll not. In fact, they'll create more trouble. They'll even ask, why such sessions in the community? Why these sessions here only? Why not Bible? Why not Quran? As if they'll come and sit for Quran or Bible. They'll not come for Bhagavad Gita. They'll not come for Quran. They'll not come for anything. And neither will they allow anybody else to practice. These are the people in the mode of Tamoguna. Why? Because previously that is what they were doing. So whatever consciousness that we carry in this life, the same consciousness we take to the next life. Did you all understand this?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So I'll tell you one more thing, because I'm talking about soul and body, right? So soul carries this impression next life, through in the form of subtle body, mind, intelligence. So sometimes I'll tell you, I've seen people who come to the 5th or 6th session of Science of Self-Realization, till that they accept everything. Like, Prabhuji, bahut acha bol rahe hain, very nice. And suddenly in 7th session, they become very inquisitive. Say, Prabhuji, can you repeat again? Till now I was understanding, but this is something different. Can you tell me again? Or as they go to 10th session, Prabhuji, this is very heavy. It's becoming very difficult to accept. Can you explain once again? Or can we do this session once again? Can you tell me why? Anybody? Can you guess why some people, after some time, they become a little uncomfortable? Not that they stop progress, they continue, but beginning they're very comfortable. After some time, they become a little uncomfortable, and again they start progressing slowly. Like first 5 miles at the pace of 100 miles per hour, the next 5 miles at 50, and the next final 5 miles 2 miles per hour. Very slow, but they'll go. Why this difference in pace?
For the first phase, they might be carrying that conscious already. So that's why they are
correct. Who told the answer?
Prasad.
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 See, that is as simple as that. Last life, they already heard 5 sessions. They already heard somebody. They heard this session. They already know. They accepted. They're already accepting this. But the next 5 sessions are new. This life they're hearing for the first time. You understanding? In the next life, if they die at this stage, next life when they go to another body, first 10 sessions will be very nice for them. 11th session will be, Prabhuji, this is very difficult. Right? So this is called spiritual consciousness going from body to body. You all follow me? This is how spiritual life goes forward. Right? So we talked about Annamaya, Pranamaya. 1 second. I'm sharing the slide again. Yeah, we talked about Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya. So the people in Annamaya, Pranamaya, and Jnanamaya, they will not come towards spiritual path that easily. They will not come. So, for example, you are all attending the sessions. You might want to go and share with your friends, right? Hey, you'll also come and join. We are attending this thing. Did anybody share that? What are your experiences? Can you share at least one or two? Anybody wants to share?
Yeah, I did share with somebody who is in Bangalore actually, but he waits for those forwards, which I do every Sunday after you upload. But since last, I mean, he did send a message that I'm missing those sessions. Definitely, there are some people who are interested.
Yes. See, that means he is in what consciousness? He is in a level of consciousness that he's already traveled in the past life, and now he's continuing. Now he's finding taste in it, right? But there are also some people in our office or colleagues or neighbor. We go and tell them so many times, but still they're not interested. And when you see such people not interested, what should you think? What is your conclusion? That you are more intelligent than them? No, that is not the conclusion. Right? What the conclusion is that they are still, they have not, their consciousness is still not ready for this level of knowledge. They are still in Annamaya, Pranamaya, and Jnanamaya. That's all you should understand. And God's mercy has come on to you, but God is still waiting to give that mercy to them. So, what is the thing that you should do when you look at people like that? You should immediately pray. You should immediately pray to Krishna. Krishna, please give them spiritual consciousness. Krishna, please, they are living a life without a purpose. They are thinking eating, mating, sleeping, and defending is the only goal of life. So, Krishna, please give them some more spiritual knowledge, some more inclination, so that they can get some sadhu sangha, they can read some literature, and actually understand what is this life. You can pray like that. And when you pray like that, then Krishna will become very happy. Right? Krishna becomes very happy when you pray for others. When you pray for others, Krishna becomes very happy. You see, there are two reasons why we are all attending Krishna conscious sessions. There are two reasons. Right? One is your own desire. Right? Like if I ask anybody, what is this May, right? May 17th, 2019. Did anybody think that we'll be attending sessions like this? We did not plan, right?
No.
None of us planned. We all bought flat in Avatar. Maybe I was thinking that, I will jump into the big swimming pool and enjoy the swimming pool of Avatar. That was the only thought I had in my mind. Right? Now, how come I'm attending these sessions in about Bhagavad Gita in Avatar? How is it happening? What are the two primary causes for us to come towards spirituality? Two causes. There I'll tell you, the only two causes. One is our desire. Krishna sees our desire inside. And when he sees that we are really desiring to know, he'll immediately bring people with that consciousness around us, and we will start our spiritual life again. Number one is our desire. If we don't have the desire, we cannot start spiritual life. Number two is somebody has prayed for us. Remember that. It can be our mother, it can be our father, or it can be some devotee who has seen you somewhere. He just looked into you and said, Krishna, can you please help this person? Like I was just telling, right, sometime back, what should you think when you look at people who are not coming towards spiritual? You should pray to Krishna. You should be very respectful to them, and you should go to your house and pray to Krishna. Krishna, please help them. And your prayer will make them devotee in next life. Right? It is so magical. That is how it works. A prayerful heart can change hearts. Right? And when you pray for others, they will also become interested towards spiritual life. Like that. Did you all understand what I just spoke?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So we should not judge people. When we go out of this session, we should not judge that, no, hey, these people are very material, I am very spiritual. No. We are very fortunate because somebody prayed for us. That is the reason we are in this session. Okay. Now the next one. Okay. So the next 1 second. Knowledge of the soul. Now Krishna is telling some aspects of knowledge of the soul is a little technical, but let's understand who we are. Krishna is telling who we are. Okay. Now here Krishna is going to tell who we are. So please hear this shlokas. Nainam chandanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakah, na chainam kledayanti apo, na shoshayati marutah. What is he saying? The soul can can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. Meaning, can anybody kill us? This nature? Can coronavirus kill us? No. Soul cannot be killed. It is indestructible. Krishna is telling the nature of the soul. It's indestructible. Right? Next. Here is saying, this we already discussed, right? Natvevam jatunasam natvan neme janadipa nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayata param, which says, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor any of these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. Right? That means we are eternal. Right? This is the eternal nature of the soul. Next. Now this one, I don't know, how many of you have gone to any funeral, when somebody died and this Antima Prayanam van comes. How many have seen that Antima Prayanam van? Anybody? Yeah? Your relatives, friends, somebody died and you go and stand outside their house and this van comes, Antima Prayanam van, and they take the dead body and keep and take it. You seen that van?
Yes, yes.
They play a cassette in that van. What do you think is that cassette? Bhagavad Gita. Right? They play the Bhagavad Gita shlokas. Now I'll read this shloka in their accent. Just try to remember. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grahanati naro prani tata sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyani navani dehi. Like that. Oka shariramu pranam vadilin taravata tana shariram. You heard like this?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we hear only when somebody dies, as if Bhagavad Gita is played only for dead people, right? But see this shloka: Vasam sijirnani yatha vihaya navani grahanati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. Can somebody read the translation loudly?
As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones.
Right? So such a simple thing, right? What is Krishna saying? Vasamsi jinani yatha. He is saying, just like we remove these old clothes and put new clothes, in the same way, the soul also leaves the old body and takes the new body. That is called death. Right? Death is what? What happens at the time of death? Of course, many other things happen. But what is the ultimate thing after effect of death? You get a new body. You have an old body, like I have a black color body. Next life I'll get a white color body because that's what I was desiring. Or somebody is very fat, he wants a thin body. Somebody is very thin, he wants a tall body. Somebody is very tall, he wants a short body. All the bodies will be given according to your desire. All the bodies are ready. And whatever your desires are, the body is already ready. Right? So many bodies are getting created depending upon your desires. For example, the other day I was coming from Narsingi towards Avatar. On the way, I saw one big Ferrari car that went zoom. It went from this side towards Narsingi. I looked at that car. I said, "Hey, what a nice car! Done. Khatam. Another body." Meaning what? I have to take birth to enjoy that Ferrari. Right? Another body is ready. So according to our desires, so many bodies are getting ready. And all our desires will be fulfilled. Right? That is the sanctioning authority, Krishna. Okay, you want to enjoy this body? Take. After enjoying everything, you decide when you want to come back to me. So we are taking body after body. Right? So one of the signs of soul says that we are the soul, not the body, and we are changing the body just like clothes. Right? The shloka says. Next. Body is what? Satchit Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. What does Sat mean? Sat means that we won't die. We are eternal. Eternal. Right? Next is Chit. Chit means in Vedic society, education, we don't try to store information in your mind. All the good qualities are in you. Vedic society creates an environment where these good qualities come into practice. Right? So remember one thing, spiritual education doesn't mean you have to mug up shlokas and you have to remember so many facts. No, it's an elevation in consciousness. And all this knowledge is already inside you. Actually, I don't need to tell you the science of self-realization. I'm only making you reveal it to yourself. It's already inside you. All the knowledge is inside you. But it's right now covered. Like for example, there's a mirror. There is a mirror, it's covered by dust, right? So when there is so much dust on the mirror, can you see your face? You cannot see your face. So you have to wipe. You have to wipe like this. And then when you wipe, you can see your face. But did the mirror have a capacity to show you your face? It already had that capacity. Why was it not showing? Because it was having dust. So classes like this, Bhagavad Gita classes, Science of Self-Creation classes, what they do is they clean that mirror. And then you can see your face very clearly. Understood? So what Satchit Ananda, our body, our soul's nature is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal. We are eternal, right? We read so many shlokas that we are eternal. There was never a time I did not exist. There was never a time you did not exist. And there is no death, right? Nainam Chandanti Chastrani, Nainam Dhavati Pavaka, Na Kledayanti Apo, Na Soshayati Marutaha. Right? Krishna is saying you cannot be weathered by wind, burnt by fire. That means nothing can destroy us. Right? And the third thing, I keep taking bodies again. Vasamsi Jirani Yathaviha. I keep taking body after body, just like somebody changes clothes. Right? So these three aspects you already understood. That means I am eternal. What is the second one? Chit, meaning I am all knowledgeable. I am all knowledgeable. Already the knowledge is inside me. But it's right now covered. Right? And slowly it will reveal. It will come outside. When I start performing, when I start doing chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. When I do this, what is happening? What is happening when I do this? That mirror is being cleaned. Right? Cheto Darpana Marjanam, Bhavamaha Dvavagni Nirvapanam. Cheto Darpana. Darpana means what? Mirror. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. When I sing the holy names of God, that mirror is being cleaned. Right? So we should perform these spiritual activities to realize the spiritual consciousness. You can attend all these sessions, but if you're not chanting, you're not spending time to chant your rounds, at least one round minimum a day, and increase it every day, you cannot understand the spiritual science. After some time, you will not appear in these sessions. I'll come and ask, Prabhuji, you're not attending session. Prabhuji, I have some other work. Why some other work has come? Because you're not interested. Why interest has not come? Because you're not practicing what you're supposed to practice. Right? Everything goes with practice. Sachin Tendulkar became the best batsman not by sitting at home and watching Jabardast serial. He became a right batsman by doing what? By going out to the ground and following the orders of his coach, and he worked day and night to become best batsman, isn't it? Same way, same thing in spirituality also. Spirituality also, your guru will tell, the parampara guru, acharyas tell that you have to chant the holy names every day. You should not eat certain things. You should drink certain things. We should worship God. We should be in association of good people. You should not speak bad words. You should not hear bad words. Why all these things are needed? Because they are preparation for you to become the best spiritual batsman. Isn't it? So, however your goal is, your life should lead you towards that goal. You should not do things which are not conducive. Isn't it? If for example, exams are coming, you tell your child, what do you tell your child when exams are coming? Hey, no TV. Okay? Or very less TV. No video games. Study now. Now study time. Isn't it? But your child says, no, Papa, I will do that also, this also. What will you tell? No. Exams are coming. Everything else aside, you have to study. In the same way, we have to practice our spiritual life. Then you will become spiritually conscious. You cannot sit here and say, this is all boring. It is boring. Obviously, it's boring because you're not practicing. Are you able to understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell one more example. When you go to a theater, two things happen. How many have gone to a theater? We all have gone to some movie theater, right? So two things happen as soon as you go inside the theater. One light is off, one light is on, isn't it? All the lights around will be off. And then only one light will be on in front of you, isn't it? That movie screen. And then you become attentive what is happening on that. Is that true? Okay. What if I tell you that the other lights will not be off and that light will be on? Can you focus? Can anybody here focus in the theater? All the lights are on and even the movie is running. Can you focus on that movie?
No.
You cannot. It's not possible. Immediately, hey, what is this? Movie has started, off the lights, off the lights. No, I want to see the movie. Is that not true? In the same way, spiritual life is also like that. If you want to make good progress in spiritual life, you have to shut off some lights. Or not on the day one, slowly, one by one. Like Sunday morning, there is no other priority on the planet. I have to attend this class. I have to read. After the class, I should read Bhagavad Gita. Whatever I have learned today, I should make notes and I should contemplate. What did he tell? Why did he tell like that? Let me hear the recording once again. Next week, I'll ask doubts to Prabhuji. I'll ask, you told me this, but I think I need more examples. I'm not convinced. This is called spiritual education. What is happening in temples today? You go there, you give an Ariel, you tell your Gotra, and he will go inside, break the Ariel, bring it back. Half is given to you, half is gone somewhere. What spiritual consciousness will raise? Now you will tell, Prabhuji, I think the vibrations in temple are good. That is okay. Vibration is okay. But what about your heart? Is it changing? Will it change? Oh, Prabhuji, I'm doing Satyanarayana Vratam. Will Satyanarayana Vratam change your consciousness? No, it will not. What does it mean? That means I should not go to a temple? No, you should go to a temple. But what else should you do? You should do spiritual education and spiritual practice. Then your heart will change. Then actually that Vigraha will bring tears into your eyes when you look at the Vigraha. When you're practicing spiritual life, then you connect with God even better. The next time when you go to the temple, you will feel not only the vibrations outside, but also vibrations inside. So spiritual life means you have to let go some things and you have to on some things. Off something and on something. But if I keep both the things on, then the progress will be slow. But if I don't off at all and I don't on my spiritual thing, only once in a week I try to act spiritual, rest of all the time I am not interested, then you will never make progress. Then the sessions will only become entertainment and you leave. But don't worry, nothing is lost, because sometime back I told, even little progress you make in next life you'll be again interested. So nothing is lost, right? So let's go to the next slide. Here we are talking about the nature of the soul, right? So here one we talked about is Sat. Second we talked about is Chit. It's spiritual education. The third one is called Ananda, Satchit Ananda. So Ananda means we only want to do everything that makes us happy. All our decisions that we make, for example, if you feel miserable attending this session, next Sunday you will not be there in the session. I don't need to ask. Nobody needs to ask. If you feel miserable, you will not be there. But if you're feeling happy, you'll definitely be there. Means what? All the decisions the soul makes are depending upon its feeling of happiness. Is that true? Only when you're happy, you'll make progress. Otherwise, you will not. You will not be interested to come again. Body means Asat, Achit, and Nirananda. Soul means Sat, Chit, Ananda. Right? That is the difference between body and soul. What is soul? Sat, eternal. Chit, completely knowledgeable. Ananda, always blissful. Always blissful. But body means what? Asat. Everything is temporary. It will become old. It will rot. It will die one day. Isn't it? And what is the second one? Sat, Chit, Achit. Meaning no knowledge. Body doesn't have any knowledge. It has nothing. It is just matter. The moment soul leaves the body, it is just lying down dead. Isn't it? What is the third one? Ananda. Is the body ever Ananda? Never. Completely Nirananda. What does the body give you? Diseases, pains, sprains. That's all body gives. Did it ever give you happiness? Never. It will never give happiness. You want to go to a vacation, you plan it for the last 2 months, and just the day you get up, today I'm going for the vacation, you get back pain. Abba. What can you do? You can't do anything. Body means it will only give you misery. As long as you have this material body, be rest assured that you will never be happy, because the body will make sure that you are not happy. It will give you disease through old age, some pain, some sprain, some other thing will keep coming, right? But it will never. That is the reason the soul, when it is stuck in this body and it thinks that it is this body, it experiences pain. But if a soul, through spiritual knowledge, distinguishes itself from body and understands that I am the soul in the body, then even when the body has any problem, soul will be very blissful. You understood? Did everybody understand what I just told? How can you be happy? by recognizing that you are not this body. Then you will be happy. By recognizing what is this body is filled with diseases and problems. When you recognize that, I am the soul, not this body, I am inside this body, but actually I will not get affected. The body might go. Then you'll become very blissful. Then no tension will hit you. Nothing in this world will affect you if you are spiritually conscious. Right? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Where is the soul situated? It is explained that the soul is situated in Mukunda Upanishad. This atomic soul is situated in the heart of every living entity. So heart doesn't mean just the organ heart here. Heart means the entire consciousness. Heart means the loving aspect of the whole body, it's everywhere. But it is situated in the heart, is what Mukunda Upanishad says. Soul is infinitesimally small. Right? Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila 19.140 there. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining. Soul is one by 10,000th size of the tip of a hair. Right? That is the size of the soul. What is the size of the soul? How large are we? It is tip of a hair. You take a hair and cut the tip of a hair, cut it into 100 parts, and take one of those parts and cut into further 100 parts. That is the size of the soul. What does it mean? You cannot basically see the soul. That's what it means. It's not like, you create microscope and finally, remember what they did? They spent thousands of billions of dollars to see the God particle inside the atoms and protons and neutrons. What did they ultimately find? Nothing. They spent all that money, it's gone. You cannot. Why you cannot? Because that which is spiritual cannot be seen by the material. We are material. These eyes are material eyes. You cannot see spiritual things using this material eyes. You need the Divya Drishti to see something that is spiritual. God has to give you that Drishti. Sadhus have that Drishti. Great saints, Acharyas, they have that Drishti. They can actually see the soul. But you cannot. Me and you cannot see the soul. Right? Any questions here? Okay, let's go forward. Now the next slide, I don't know. Okay, more knowledge on the soul. So here it is told, it is said that the soul is invisible, inconceivable, immutable. Knowing this, you shall never grieve for the body. Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, why are you worried? Fight. Because the soul cannot be killed. All these people in front of you, they cannot be killed. It's a beautiful shloka in 2.20. You can sing this shloka actually. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitave na bhuya ajo nitya shashvato yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Na hanyate na hanyamane sharire. What is Krishna telling? The soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Na hanyate, na hanyamane sharire. Now, just observe one more thing here. It's saying he has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. What does this mean? Somebody came and asked me, Prabhuji, see, next batch of souls when Krishna produces, I think that batch will be better than the previous batches that he asked. Right? Next batch of souls that Krishna produces, that I said, wait a second, who told you that Krishna produces souls? A lot of people think, they think that Prabhuji, population, it keeps increasing, na? Krishna will create so many souls, na? No. We are ever existing. There is no new batch. We're already there. All of us are already there. It's not like he's producing another new soul. No, he's a new soul. He's going to take a new body. No, we're already there. The entire population of the whole universe is already there from the day one. It's inconceivable, right? Which is a little difficult to understand. How can we all be there? Yes. I was there, Raja Ramesh Prabhu was there, Prasad Prabhu was there, and all other Prabhus and Matajis in this call are there since the beginning, since the time Krishna is there. And when is that? We have no idea when is that. We are eternally there. Actually, the word eternal is very difficult to describe in today's day and time. Very difficult to describe. Because how do you make, because nothing here is eternal. How do you explain eternal? Eternal means that which doesn't have a start date and that which doesn't have an end date. So when did it start? It doesn't need a start. It was there. Hare Prabhuji, how can it be there? Someday it would have started. No. God is like that. We are also like that. And there is no new batch of souls. Souls are not created. New batch is coming. Old batch is going. So when somebody says, Prabhuji, population is increasing. Population is not increasing. Population is same only. Till last life, there were 20 monkeys in those mountains. Now there are 20 people in Avatar. That's all. They've just changed bodies. And this life, there are 20 people in Avatar. Next life, there will be 20 pigs in that mountains, in that gutter. That's all. They are just changing bodies. One person is thinking, I am a human. One person is thinking, I am a pig. And I'll tell you another beautiful thing. The pig will never feel guilty that it is a pig. Are you following me? Pig will never feel guilty that it is a pig. Pig will actually look at all of us entering to the building. They're thinking, what are these people doing? They're going morning, coming evening, something they're riding. I don't know why they're wasting time. They can nicely eat and sleep like me. See how nicely I'm eating gutter. I think I'm the most intelligent person. Like that pig is thinking. That is called illusion, bodily illusion. When we are given a pig body, we'll be first trained to think that we are a pig, and we will actually feel proud to be a pig. Will not feel anything misery. Right? For example, a cockroach. The cockroach is there. I don't know who is the. Shushmita Sen. She is the Miss Universe. She was the Miss Universe. Now Shushmita Sen, a cockroach, a boy cockroach, a male cockroach, will go on the body of Shushmita Sen here on the hand, and what will he think? Hey, there is Sushmita Sen. I am on the body of Sushmita. It will not think like that. What is a boy cockroach searching for? Girl cockroach. He is not looking at Sushmita Sen. You follow me what I am saying? The bodily consciousness of that particular living entity is completely engrossed into that body. And they'll not feel guilty that they are some animal, they are some bird or insect or anything. They're very happy being in that body. That is called Maya. But a human being is better than all of these species. Krishna says, among all the species I created, humans are most dear to me. Why? I give them my own image and I give them an opportunity to elevate the consciousness. A dog cannot elevate his consciousness, but a human being can elevate his consciousness. He can understand the difference between body and soul. A dog cannot, a monkey cannot, an insect cannot. The insect will only eat its thing, it will only burn karma. Karma is again a very big topic. When we go into 7th and 8th and 9th session, I'll discuss on length on karma. But understand that in the body of an animal, we only burn karma. We only burn karma that we created as a human being. Karma is created in a human body only. We create new karma in human body. If we don't create karma in new body, in this human body, then in this body we just burn what we already had accumulated and we go back to God. Problem is we don't stop there. We create more karma, so we have next bodies. We'll anyway get into the karma detailed discussion later. But understand right now that we have not come into being, we cannot be created into being, we're not new or old. We're all the same. All our age is same. Because we are eternal. Actually, there is no age to us. If somebody asks, how old are you? We don't know. We only tell my body is this much old. My body is 43 years old, 44 years old. Like that we say. But we cannot tell what is the age of a soul. Right? Okay, what else is Krishna telling? Few more we'll take and then we'll go. Right? This session was going to be a little technical. So I told you about gross and subtle body, right? Remember, I told you about gross and subtle body. So here is your gross body: earth, water, earth, water, fire, air, and ether. This is a gross body, and inside is the subtle body, which includes the outer layer is ego, inner layer is mind and intelligence, and soul is inside. Right? This is how we are stuck inside where we are right now. Okay. Matter versus soul. Matter is formless, but soul gives the matter a form. For example, shirt. Shirt doesn't have any form, but when I wear a shirt, it gets a form. Isn't it? In the same way, body doesn't have a form. Have you seen a dead body? How horribly it is. It doesn't. If you pull a dead body, it completely breaks apart because it doesn't have any joint properly, and the hands and legs are just lying down. But if the person is alive, if you pull that person when he's alive, the body comes properly. It doesn't behave like flesh falling apart. It is very much formed up, isn't it? So like that. So matter is formless. Matter is dead. Spirit gives it. Like for example, car. Car is what? Car is matter. But when a driver sits in it, it works. Right? So soul is the most important thing. Matter undergoes 6 transformations. I told you this previously. What are the 6 transformations our body goes through? 1, it takes birth. 2nd, it grows. 3rd, it stays growing. And 4th, it produces offsprings. And 5th, it becomes old. And 6th, it dies. This is what a body goes through. Right? Cycle. So there are so many explanations of a body. Like here there is Stula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira. I talked about this, right? Raja Ramesh Prabhu, as I told, I'm going to tell this later. But since we already covered, I'm just going through this fast. Right? Gross body has 5 things. Air. Sorry, first is earth. Ash. When we burn, completely that comes out is earth only. So we are made of earth. 70% of your body is filled with fluid in the form of blood, mucus, pus, semen, whatever it is. It is 70% that is filled with, you can say, watery substance. And fire, 98.5 degrees fire is always lit in our stomach. The day that fire will be stopped, we are dead. Right? That fire is very, very important. If a dead body means that fire is gone. Living body means the fire is there. Even if you put yourself in the coldest climate, the fire will still burn. That is called Jataragni, as per Ayurveda. See, in Ayurveda, when you go to Ayurvedic person, he will not touch, or ask you to go for MRI or anything. The first question he'll ask, how is your digestion? He'll ask, how is your digestion? How many times you are going to the bathroom? And how is the stool? Is it very tight and strong, or very soft, or is it very loose? Why do you think they ask this? Because they know the cause of all the diseases is earth, water, fire, ether, and air. That's all. If they fix this 5, the disease can be cancer, paralysis, whatever name you give to the disease. Ayurveda doesn't deal with diseases. It deals with these 5 elements. Anybody here in Ayurveda? So there is a question by Raja Ramesh Prabhu saying, Prabhuji, why some soul goes out of body before body reaches old? Some dies in child age, some in old age. Well, the karma is only written till there. I'll discuss this on length when we go to the chapter on karma. Why some people die early, why some people die at a very, very young age. Some children take stillbirth. Have you seen stillbirth? Just they take birth and immediately they are dead. Some people die from the mother's womb only. What is going on? Why such young people? Why they don't get a whole life to lead? What kind of karma did they burn by taking such kind of birth? Some people take birth mentally retarded. What is the meaning behind that? What are they going through? What is the karma cycle? How is it affecting them? You know what I'm saying? All these questions I'll answer when we go to the karma chapters with 7. There is 8th and 9th sessions. Why do bad things happen to good people? And the jigsaw puzzle of karma, destiny, and desire. What is it? Free will, right? So these topics I will answer a little later, because they are actually full-fledged subject, and that can go on for days and weeks, those sessions, right? So no 2 hours, 3 hours would be sufficient when we go into those sessions. So many doubts people have, and we can clear all of them. Remember one thing, Vedas has answer for everything. Problem is we have not been presented, but we will learn from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, all the answers will come. Okay, now let's go to the next slide. What is the time? Oh, it's already 12:15. Should I continue, or what do you say?
Yeah, continue, Prabhuji.
Okay, I'll continue for some more time. Just stop me, because I'm going a little slow because I want to discuss and go forward. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So fire is there. So air, there are 5 kinds of air inside our body. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Pradhana, and Samana. And all these airs, if they're not properly situated in the body, it creates a lot of problems. Right? What is Vastu? Tell me why Vastu is important? Because the air, the direction of the air in the house, if it is flowing in different directions, not in a proper direction, it affects the air inside your body, and your thinking ability goes down. Your decision making ability goes down. The air has to be perfectly situated inside your body, properly balanced, right? And external air in the house also is very, very important. So that is the reason Vastu Shastra is all about light and air that comes into your body, that comes into your house. And house also is a body. And if the air is not properly flowing, then there will be disturbances in the house, there will be quarrels in the house, there will be all those problems in the house, like that. Of course, people who want to practice spiritual life, it's beyond all these things. You don't need to worry. But material life, when people want to enjoy, they want to make sure Vastu is right. Spiritual people also need it. But when you're totally surrendered, it's a different situation. Right? We're not selling Vastu here, but I'm trying to explain. Everything is part of the body. Because today's session is about body. Right? Okay, body and soul. Who am I? So ether, the space element, is the ether. Subtle elements, mind, intelligence, false ego. We discussed about it, right? What is mind? What is intelligence? What is false ego? Here in chapter 1861, Krishna is telling, Ishvara sarva bhutanam, hridyesh arjuna tishtati, brahmayan sarva bhutani, yantrarudhani mayaya. What does it mean? He's saying the Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wandering of all living entities who are seated on a machine made of material energy. Right? So this is a machine. Krishna is very clearly saying that what are we? What is this body? We are a machine. And this machine is given a particular goal to achieve in this life. Right? So that is how it is functioning. Mukti. Mukti means finish the material body before giving up the gross body. Finish the subtle body, meaning when you also, so you have two bodies, one is the Stula Sharira, one is the Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, gross body. And when you leave your body, if you manage to leave both the bodies, then you go back to Krishna. Problem is we don't leave both the bodies. We leave our gross body, but the subtle body is still there. We go with the subtle body to the next life, right? And the subtle body takes your impressions, your desires, your intelligence, your attachments, everything goes to the next body. You following? So the goal of spiritual life is to not only leave your gross body, but also your subtle body and become totally Krishna conscious. Understand that I am going to Krishna. Krishna is my father. He will take care of everything. I'm finally going back to the place where I belong. When you conclude like that, then you will not have a subtle body. Right? Now the next question is, what if you leave your gross body, right? With your subtle body you leave it, but you don't get another gross body. You left your gross body, right? But so once you leave your gross body, you only have subtle body, which is your mind, intelligence, and ego, isn't it? Now you are supposed to get another body, right? You have to get another body. You have to take birth again somewhere. Otherwise, what are you going to eat? What are you going to drink? How will you satisfy your desires? Right? Whatever body, but you need another body. So when you leave one body and you don't get another body immediately, what are you called? What is that state called?
Ghost.
Ghost. So we will discuss about that topic next week. Is that okay? Because that's a topic in itself, not that very important, but just to understand. It's a one part of section, and then we'll conclude who am I topic also. There is more understanding about who am I, and how do we make sure that we leave this body in right consciousness. That is the next session. I'm very bad in managing time. I always keep you more, I hold up more of your time than needed. Please forgive me. So the next session is about subtle bodies, and it will have more information about how to leave a body. Any questions so far about what we have discussed? Okay, no questions in the chat. So should we end here? Is that okay? Okay, so we'll sing Narsimha Arati. Like I told last week, we'll end every session by singing Narasimha Arati for the protection of all souls, for the protection of all living beings. And especially in the time of Corona, we will pray for the well-being of everybody by singing Narasimha Arati. You can also try to repeat after me. We did this last week also. This week also we'll do. It's a very simple Arati, right? I'll, yeah, there you go. Okay, let's sing the Narasimha Arati. Namaste Narasimhaya. You can repeat. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Lada Daine. Prahlada Lada Daine. Hiranyakashi Purvaksha. Hiranyakashi Purvaksha Shilatankanakalaye Shilatankanakalaye Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho Yato yato yami tato narsimho Yato yato yami tato narsimho Bahir narsimho hridaye narsimho Bahir narsimho hridaye narsimho Nara singhamadim sharanam prapadye Nara singhamadim sharanam prapadye Abakara Kamala Varena Kamadutta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Bringam Keshavadutta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Avatara Kamala Varena Kamadutta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Jai Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jai Jai Gurudev Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Bhakt Vindanath Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai Bhakt Shiromani Prahlad Maharaj ki jai ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय सद्गुरुदेव की जय निताई गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे हरि 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 बोल. Thank you all for your rapt attentive audience. If I spoke anything offensive, anything insulting, please forgive me like you forgive your servant. I am not any guru or any knowledgeable person. I'm just sharing what I have learned from my guru and Sampradaya, what I have learned from scriptures. In this endeavor, if I make any mistakes, please forgive me. Thank you very much for joining, and you have a wonderful and healthy week ahead. And please take care of yourself. Don't take too much stress. Don't get too boggled up by the office work. Please keep your calm and do how much you can, because there is this much you can do when you do things online. You can't do everything exactly the way it was before. And this whole corona situation will take time to settle. We all know this. You all know more than me. So please don't take too much stress. And please pray for Vishnu Priya Kaf. She's struggling for life. I hope that this phase gets over and she comes back to normal. And please chant every day. Continue to chant every day. And if you want to attend more sessions like this, I'm doing one more session. Actually, on weekdays, I'm not doing any sessions. Only on weekend. In the evening, I'm taking Karma Yoga for other audience. I will send the invite in this group as well. If you're interested, you can join, or you can continue to join only in this morning class. It's absolutely for you to decide. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. I wish we all will get together again with nice morning breakfast or lunch, and we'll spend more time personally like we used to do before. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mati.